Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really practical guide for finding a kind of peace that doesn't get rattled by everything going on around you. It's all based on a powerful lesson from A Course in Miracles.
So, let's just start with a question for you. When life gets overwhelming, when it's just chaotic, where's the first place you look to get a little bit of peace? Just, think about it for a second.
If you're anything like me, your answer probably involves something external, right? Something out there. But what if that constant hunt for peace on the outside is the very thing that's keeping you from actually finding it?
I mean, we're all kind of taught to think this way, aren't we? That peace is like a prize you get for achieving something. If I just get that new job, or go on that amazing vacation, or fix this one relationship, then I'll finally feel calm. It sounds pretty familiar, right?
But here's the thing, and it's a big one. As the source material points out, any peace that relies on the outside world is, it's shaky. It's fragile. Why? Because the world out there is always changing, and deep down, we can't really control it. So that peace, it can disappear in a flash.
Okay, so this leads us to a really radical, but at the same time, super simple shift in how we look at this. The lesson we're exploring today suggests that maybe, just maybe, we've been looking for peace in all the wrong places. And this slide really breaks it down. You've got two kinds of peace. The external kind is like a visitor that shows up only when the weather's nice. It depends on everything going perfectly. But the other kind, internal peace, that's a permanent resident. The whole idea here is to stop chasing that unreliable visitor and start getting to know the peace that already lives inside you.
This brings us to the core statement of the whole lesson. And these aren't just words on a page. This is meant to be an anchor. The idea is to connect this thought to the actual physical rhythm of your own body, to your heartbeat. It's a reminder that peace isn't something you have to go out and find. It's something that is literally beating inside you right now. So let's get clear on what we're even talking about. What is inner peace? The best way to think about it is like the eye of a hurricane. The storm of life, your deadlines, arguments, bad news on TV, all of that can be swirling around like crazy. But at your absolute core, there's a space of complete stillness that the storm just can't touch.
So how do you find this calm center? The process is called spiritual alignment. A great analogy is tuning an old radio. The signal for peace is always broadcasting, 24/7. But all our daily worries and fears create a ton of static. Spiritual alignment is just the simple act of clearing away that static and tuning your own thoughts back to that clear, steady frequency.
Okay, so you're probably thinking, well, if this peace is always inside me, why on earth don't I feel it all the time? That is a fantastic and totally fair question. The source material is super clear about this, and it points to three main things that create all that inner static we were just talking about. And here are the three big culprits: fear, judgment, and conflict. Think about it for a sec. Fear yanks our mind into a future that doesn't even exist yet. Judgment keeps us trapped in the past, replaying old mistakes over and over. And conflict? Well, conflict puts us at war, either with ourselves or with the world. Every single one is a major distraction, pulling our focus away from the calm that exists only in this present moment.
So what do we do about these roadblocks? Well, the answer is kind of surprising, and it goes against pretty much everything we're taught. The lesson says, don't fight these feelings. Don't try to wrestle your anxiety to the ground. The guidance is way simpler, though maybe a little harder to do at first. Just release them. Let them go, without a fight.
All right, so this all sounds great as an idea, but how do we actually do it in the real world? This is where we get to the good stuff, the practical, hands-on toolkit. These are things you can start doing today to really cultivate that inner calm. First up is a tool that is so simple but so powerful. It's a breathing exercise designed to connect your mind to your body's own rhythm. You just focus on your heartbeat. And then, as you breathe in, you imagine you're literally drawing in peace. And as you breathe out, you just let go of all that static, all the tension, all the anxiety.
And it doesn't stop with breathing. The toolkit has a bunch of different paths to get to that same calm center. There's daily meditation, where you can actually visualize peace as a warm light. There are regular affirmations, using that core phrase to get you back on track when you're stressed. There are acts of kindness, which work on a simple idea. The more peace you give away, the more you feel. And then there's reflection journaling, which helps you become a detective of your own mind, figuring out when you feel peaceful and how to get that feeling back.
So you do all this work, you practice these tools. What's the point? What's the real-world payoff in our busy, messy lives? The answer, it turns out, is incredibly practical.
And I love this part, because the source material is so realistic.
This practice is not about making your problems magically vanish. Life will still throw challenges at you. The whole point is to build a solid, stable inner foundation so you can completely change how you respond to those challenges when they show up. By tapping into this inner calm, you're basically giving yourself a new operating system. You start to notice that you can stop reacting from a place of panic and fear, and instead learn to respond from a place of serenity, clarity, and, real composure. And so we end right where the lesson itself leaves us, with a direct, personal, and really powerful question. This isn't just an idea to think about. It's a call to action. It's an invitation for you to explore how you, in your own unique life, with all its beautiful chaos, can find that steady, quiet heartbeat of peace that's already within you.